Alright, time for some more Two-Car the anime, the video game. Featuring a bright red Yamaha. I can't remember what engine size the sidecars would have been in 2005 when this game came out. I imagine they're 600s, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna call them 600s, and if anyone knows otherwise, then you can go ahead and let me know otherwise. But I'm pretty sure they're 600s. I'll tell you what came last week, but I forgot to mention. Everyone's riding the same bike as me. No, they're not. Well, the guy in front, not directly in front, but the guy in second place is riding the same bike as me, but the guy in third isn't, and the guy in first clearly isn't. That's okay, so I'm just going to pass everyone and run away with it. Try not to fall as much as I did in the last episode, because, well, I didn't fall off, and that's the important part. Shit, I interrupted myself at some point back there, and now I can't remember what it was I was talking about. That's always a good sign. That's always fun to listen to. I need to come up with some kind of witty and hilarious commentary to cover up my faults. Oh, right. No, wait. I remember what I was talking about. It's fine. Yeah, Kaido Racer 2, and shit, I need to stop looking at my collection of PS2 games. Oh man, the bike landed on the passenger. That's always a bit painful, really, isn't it? Yeah, I've got Kaido Racer 2 and Tokyo Extreme Racer now. And also I did a little bit of research. Alright, so Kaido Racer 2 is obviously Tokyo Extreme Racer Drift 2. It's just what they called it in Europe. Tokyo Extreme Racer, I call it Extreme Racer because it's not Extreme Racer with emphasis on the X, it's actually just Extreme Racer with no E on the front, which is cool. That game is just Tokyo Extreme Racer 0, but like in European form. They never released Tokyo Extreme Racer 3 in Europe, which is a fucking crying shame, because that game looks amazing. Unfortunately, chances of me playing it on my PS2 are 0, because they didn't even release it sort of for PAL consoles. It's only NTSC. I think in Japan they do NTSJ? I don't know. The point is I can't play Tokyo Extreme Racer 3 on a legit PS2 in England. So that kind of sucks. One day I'll have a PC good enough for emulation, and then I can fill in some of the blanks that I've had to leave out because of stupid shit like that. I don't understand why they couldn't have released TXR3 in Europe, but they didn't. So, unfortunately, that's something I'm going to have to deal with. And another thing I'm going to have to deal with, apparently, is beating the guy to the corner, and then he overtakes me coming out of the corner, and then I pass him back. Because I can't... I just choke on every single turn, apparently. I don't know what my problem is, but every time it comes to a corner, I completely beef it. Let's see if I can get it right this time. Nope, up the curb. Still, that was a better performance than I've been giving. So I'll take it. Let's see if I can keep ahead this time. So yeah, I've got those two Genki games. And if you know, well, I'm going to talk about TXR 0. I'm just going to call it, I'll call it 0 for ease, because if I just say Tokyo Extreme Racer, that's like the name of the whole series. Everyone else knows it as the series on the whole as Tokyo Extreme Racer, rather than just one game. So I'll just call it TXR 0 for ease, and also because it's a wee bit shorter than saying Tokyo Extreme Racer every time. So I'm just going to do that for ease. It feels like a mobile game a tiny little bit, but there's no microtransactions, and unlocking stuff is an art, really. I figured out how to unlock new cars. You unlock new cars by you unlock a car that you haven't got unlocked to buy yet by racing against it and beating it. But as far as unlocking new parts goes, I haven't got a fucking donkeys. Is that a phrase? Haven't got a donkeys? The point is I haven't got a fucking clue how to unlock new parts, and you know, it just happens every so often, and I slap them on my car because I need them, no matter what they are, even if it's brakes. You need all the upgrades you can get, because even in an R33 GTR that's pushing about like just shy of 400 horsepower, I'm still being beaten by fucking Peugeot 106s in a straight line. I mean, I'm even tuning my gears to be better for acceleration so I can get ahead, because that's my tactic, because letting them start out strong and then catching up on top end just doesn't work. And also, most recently, I dumped something like 50 grand into a A70 Supra. Like not the Supra everyone knows from Fast and Furious, but the A70. And even though it's got something like 460 horsepower, it struggles to get to like 120 kilometers an hour, whereas my R33 will blitz that easily. So I don't know what the problem is. I've messed around with the gearing and stuff for ages, and I can't fix it. So that was a whole lot of money just down the drain. Not proud of that one. Might have to delete my save profile to save face. And Kaido Racer 2, the Toge one, is fucking great. Kaido Racer 2 is the best. Kaido Racer 2, the bomb. I don't want to hear anyone talking any shit about Kaido Racer 2 because it's fucking sick. The handling model, like going around corners in anything that's not FR, maybe you might struggle. Like, although maybe that's my fault for starting out with an AW11. And not really being prepared to deal with snap oversteer. But, you know, I can make it happen. I'm going to save those games. I'm going to call those games, I'm going to label them street racing games. Like, obviously TXR 0 is a street racing game. Kaido Racer 2 is a little bit iffy on whether or not it's street racing. But I'm going to call it street racing because, you know, legal Toge shit is boring. And, I mean, the actual interesting part of the game is at night anyway. Like, the nighttime stuff is the real stuff. So, I'm going to call it a street racing game and play it after I'm done with all the Need for Speed shit. So that's going to be cool. I mean, I still have something like 12 Need for Speed games to get done, including Underground 1, which I'm almost done with. Plus, like, Midnight Club LA and Importuna challenge. But I'll get there. Don't even worry about me. You know, I'm gonna play all these games, and they're gonna be cool. And it's gonna be sick. Also on my agenda, I'm gonna order, because waiting for stuff to show up in CEX, and then getting there and someone else has bought it or it doesn't work. I've gotten fed up with, so I'm going back to ordering stuff online. I'm gonna order myself a huge, nice big haul of PS2 and original Xbox games for Christmas. Because I buy myself Christmas presents now. That's the thing that I do. I need to make sure I save enough money to insure my new bike and stuff. But yeah, I can afford to order myself some games. I'm gonna order. One of the games I'm gonna order is TT Superbikes Real Road Racing Championship, which was the sequel to this game, which has the TT and Macau Grand Prix. So that's gonna be cool. And I think it has one or two other tracks as well, but I can't remember them. I'm not gonna order TT Superbikes Legends just yet. I'll see about playing that game in the future, but that's not one of the games I'm gonna order soon. But that's obviously, if it's a racing game made between 1995 and I think I said 2020. If it's a racing game made in those years, then it's definitely on the agenda, and you don't need to worry about it. Also, I did mention that I have a new bike. I've got a Sinus Apache 125. It's a supermoto. It looks fucking sick. I'll talk about it a little bit more and how I got it in the next episode, because I'm leaving this one on a cliffhanger. I'll talk about that over the Men and Motors Intermediate Trophy.